Okay, I'm going to get started on this again. I hadn't been able to accomplish quite as much as I had wanted to last session. But we had made it to the Gerudo Tower after taking out the Wind Temple. The funny thing is, this is like the one area where the Lizalfos will change their type, which can be a little infuriating because actually you could just see it right there. They had been ice, and they just changed over to fire. In fact, the ice ones are still there. They haven't despawned. So the quote-unquote wrong ones are actually stored in the ground. Yeah, see, that one just dug down. Back in. Okay, that hit him too. But yeah, you end up needing certain tails for upgrading some of the equipment. And this is like one of the best areas to go hunting these guys, but it can be a little annoying when you have your sensor set to, let's say, the ice type ones, and you go where the sensor leads you, only to discover that it's a bunch of fire ones. And then you have to like wait at a fire until nighttime or something like that in order to get them back into the proper state. So last time I had mentioned that this right here is like one of the heaviest objects, and at least for its proportions. And I'm kind of curious now what the actual mass is on that one. So I'm just going to have a look in the interactable object sheet, which you can find right here. Data miners put this exhaustive document together, which is really helpful for the folks in the engineering community, because there's just so many times where you need to know the specific parameters on a certain object to know whether or not it's suitable, so you don't spend a whole bunch of time running around trying to get your hands on certain parts only to discover that they don't work at all for your intended purpose. Yeah, iron box is 40,000 mass. 40,000. For reference, Link, when not on a vehicle, has 90 mass. When actually on a vehicle, his mass changes. That goes to 100. And then when ragdolling and swimming, they also change. When ragdolling, Link's mass, I think, goes down to something like 70. Might even be 60. So where I'm trying to go right now is going to be over to the other tower. And to that end, I'm going to go ahead and, because this is a little bit of a longer distance one, I really want to get more horizontal travel out of it. So I think that'll do. Because one angled fan at a 45-degree plus the lift generated by one balloon is enough to overcome the problem of the wing despawning real quickly. But by having the fan angled, it means that we're not getting as much horizontal travel. So I'm going to go ahead with the double balloons here. Let's get out. I'm going to have to use, because of the fact that there's two of them, I'm going to have to use recall in order to hold it still. So now, these balloons will help hold us steady, and it'll keep us from sinking while I recharge my battery. And now the battery kicks back in, and we continue. Try and gain as much altitude as I can. That is the nice thing with double balloons, is it is going to keep me going upwards. This is just a nice, cheap little battery-efficient build, and it really goes a long way towards making the wings actually usable. Because otherwise, just like using them for their own lift is just such a pain. Now, because of the fact that those are going to despawn, just eat some charges real fast. And bring it in for a landing. But now that that is done, oh yeah, actually I've got this guy. I can use that in order to activate the firewood a little bit faster. Oops, I only need one. Should have oriented that straight upwards instead. Oh well. I can just let this drift for the moment. Should take me straight upright. In fact, do that. A little faster. See a little guy fighting down there. Alright. I think that should... yes, just about. Get us where we need to be. Let that despawn. Come on. Yeah. And put the cold pants on. Now this time I won't make the same mistake. I will actually orient the rocket just straight upwards. That's mostly what I need. Well, since I have a campfire here, just Drill these babies up. Perfect. And another one of these. Oh, come on. Okay, and then firewood. And we'll auto-build this again. One of the kind of tricky things is really getting the wood. I kind of wonder, since I have so much of it. I was eating breakfast and now I'm cooking. That sounds lovely. What are you having for food? That's not what I wanted, but okay. Oh. Fine. Won't do it like that. I think I'm out of fairies now, so that is a problem. Oh, no, I've got one more. Still not great. Scrambled eggs with cheese and chicken apple sausage diced in. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, I just had my usual oatmeal and brown sugar, and we had a loaf of ciabatta bread here that I had a couple of slices slathered with butter. Okay, I'll take out more wood. The rocket again. Good thing we got plenty of those at the moment. Yes, it was. Sure would be. No! Ah! Wow. This is just going all kinds of sideways. Well, good enough. Got me high up enough that I should at least, yeah, be able to see the tower. So that's good. Bonk. You get out of here. It's already partly used up. Oh, whoops. Don't need the fan. The fan's fine. That is the one problem with using wood as opposed to like a torch or something, or actually rather, I mean as opposed to a emitter, is just the fact that you can grab something like a torch or the wood. It's just not what we really want. of weird though that I would have expected that to have hit in the proper manner, but it didn't. Nice little frost talus down there. But yeah, once I get over to here, there is a spot in particular. I think this is enough of a platform. Yeah. I can use a few of these also. Sort of rocket boost our way over. Oh, go figure. It's always when I can't actually go and get it. They normally, when the star fragments go down, they usually have a bit more of a beacon to them. Not really seeing one there. Sometimes they end up disappearing after they land, because they land somewhere they're kind of not supposed to. I think the balloons will last just long enough in order to get me close enough. Yep. Try to use some of my stored momentum here, just so I have more battery time in the air. And they let go. Yep. As long as I keep it slightly downwards, then it should be fairly smooth gliding. So yeah, you can see that as long as you're just taking steps in order to avoid wear and tear on the wing itself, that you can go surprisingly far with one of these simple little things. Actually, if I remember right, there's like a something or other, like a little chest up here, or maybe a Korok, something like that. I know there's like a couple of enemies that are in there, like, yeah, this guy's a black moblin. Poke. This is why I like having a fire weapon around, is just being able to melt crap. So much easier than bothering with just like throwing a bunch of fire fruit or building a fire or anything like that. Just put something fiery on and stand near it. It generally doesn't take too long. These are kind of big ones, though. I am going to need to go to the depths fairly soon in order to replenish some of my puff shrooms in particular, because with as lethal as some of these enemies can be, with the armor as low as it is, and as early on in the game as we are, because even though I've got basically a full wheel of stamina in terms of, I don't have it collected just yet, but my actual, like, total number of light orbs, or whatever they're called, is enough that I can get one more to complete a second ring. Bonk. But it means that I'll be able to start getting some more hearts, and that'll help out a bit. But that's part of the reason for the challenge, was just that I wanted circumstances that rewarded actually getting more hearts. Because under a normal run, I noticed on my last playthrough, I tried doing one where I just didn't upgrade my hearts at all. And I noticed that playing just under the normal convention, you can just go ahead and top off your hearts basically anytime that you took a hit, because the game has a mechanic where you will not take, you won't be killed in a single hit by most enemies. And as a result, it makes it really easy to kind of abuse that. You can just keep on topping off your health, rather than being really concerned at all. And so that was part of the reason why I was like, well, I'll just make it so that I can't heal in the middle of battle, because if I can't heal in the middle of battle, then taking a hit all of a sudden is awful. Yes! You know what? I can always get another President Hudson shield. But we're going to get a new ring garland on that, because I've been making do with Traveler's Shield. It is just not the same. I just love the way that the Gerudo Shield looks with the ring garland on. Oh man. Thanks, Tulin. So yeah, in any case, having to, LOL, I do actually prefer it on the Traveler's Shield. Yeah, but that's because you aren't as big of a fan of red, I don't think. I just really like it when it has the big ol' ruby in the middle. Just kind of sets the whole thing off nicely. Like, I'm gonna keep this one, but... Ooh, Cold Darners. Do I have a picture of them? Yes, I do. Good. I love the look of the Frostbite set, and in order to upgrade it, which we can only do up to level 2, I do need a bunch of these guys. It'd be nice if it came down just a little bit lower so I could actually grab it. Why? There we go. Okay. So this is the one where we need to go into the cave. What's my weakest one right now? Soldier's bow. Did that one hit? I'm not sure. You can only hit them 3 times, but I wasn't sure if that last one actually had landed, so I just did an extra one in order to be sure. Hang on a second. There it is. There's the cave. It's gonna be like, where's the hole? Okay, I've got that. Hello, pigeon. Oh wait, is that a... That's a soldier's shield, not a traveler's shield. The traveler's shield is the one that's wood that has the, like the snakes or dragons on it. Oop! Dang it. So, switch to the falcon bow, and... because now they're far enough away. Where are my bombs? There we go. So the falcon bow has a really nice range to it. And we always need these. I was like, quick, gotta gain some altitude. Bunch of bright bloom seeds. So, actually, because we have some wagon wheels here, I think I can show you guys the reversible fan mechanism that I had developed. It is actually one of the larger contributions that I made to the engineering community. Because there's a decent number of circumstances in the game where you need to use some kind of a boat. And while you can use recall to back yourself up if you make a mistake, sometimes that's just not ideal in terms of the positioning. Now for making rafts, I really like using the sleepers like that in order to make almost like a pontoon boat type of a deal. Ooh, hardy truffle. Don't mind if I do. But yeah, in any case, I had figured out that it is possible with a small wheel to make a mechanism that allows you to reverse a fan. Whoops. Because what you do is you take your wheel. Let's see. Put it like right about here. Just because the small wheel is pretty heavy. So stick it like right there. And it's actually glued by the axle. Oh yeah, I like the silver and blue one. Yeah, that's the soldier's shield. I had been calling it the traveler's shield by mistake. So if this is, whoops, if this is set properly, actually. I'm going to move that farther forward because the heft of the wheel. Or small wheel, rather. Okay, that's not quite where we wanted it. Okay. So... we need to get it to actually... Yes. Like that. So, you can see, this will now spin both forward and reverse. And now... we take this and sticking it to the rim. And it's just a matter of playing around with the... Oh, you know what? I've got it facing the wrong way. Forgot about that. Okay. So now, it's sort of a matter of playing with the position in order to just get it so that it's in the right arrangement. Because we want it to be nice and straight. At least when it's facing backwards. When it's facing forward, or pardon me, when it's facing backwards is where we want it to be more correct. That's not great positioning. So the fun thing is, though, that while this is like the smallest part arrangement and the most efficient in terms of battery, because a small light does cost as much as a wheel, the easier way in order to get good tension on the wheel is instead you make a module with a small light, because the light has this snap point here. You can see it really wants to snap to that axle, and that puts it under hard pressure. So now it's pretty easy to get this set up the right way. Not to the wheel, to the rim of the wagon. Think that ought to do? Yeah. So now you can see it's nice and snappy. Has good pressure. But I need to play with the position of it, because it does just require a little bit of playing around with it to get everything lined up right. It's not as critical with when it's facing backwards, because really you're just trying to reverse. But you want it to be nice and responsive. Like right now, it's in a position where if I let go of the stick, boom, it snaps back to forward. That's good enough for our purposes. If I was trying to build one that I was going to use repeatedly first of all, I'd be using a foam board for this from one of the shrines in, I think it's in the Lanayru region, in like one of the wetland sort of zones. But just because the buoyancy on those is really nice. But this is a fairly short trip, but there's a number of obstacles also. And you can see now that we're actually in the water, the weight of the wheel has made it so that the fan no longer is using as much electricity. What broke? One of my sleepers came off. But it's good enough. Okay, yeah, this actually gets us right where we want to be. Good. I can run over here and grab all this stuff. And there is a little hidden chest back here, if I remember correctly. At least something hidden. Look cute with them putting the bright caps there in order to mark it. Actually, I think this also lets you ascend back up. Yeah, it lets you ascend back up from there. Nice, a topaz. Yeah, this particular tower is one of the more annoying ones because, like, anytime that you want to use it, if you're not fast traveling, then it means that you're going to have to go and do this whole ride again. So I'm not going to be using this one most of the time. It is part of the reason why I just wanted to get this kind of over and done with while I was over in this neck of the woods. Yeah, the foam boards are great. I'll need to see about grabbing one of those soon, because it is one of the easily accessible shrines. Yeah, it's in the Jonsao shrine. And that is, as soon as I get access to my map. If I am remembering correctly, and I may not be, I believe it's like right in here somewhere. Yeah, the Lanayru wetlands. But it's a big yellow board, weighs about as much. I think it's technically a little bit heavier than than the wooden boards are, just a little bit. Oh, yeah. forgotten that this area here was low grav. A little technique that I'm doing right here is glider pumping. It's a trick that allows you to gain more of a speed boost from Tulin's Gust. I'm not sure if I can actually get all the way over to the any of the land masses here, because like they're also high up. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it, because I'm looking like way over to here. I do not have the ability to really get here just yet. What I am going to need to do, I think, is I may need to make use of air platforms. There's a bunch of them that are like up in the sky there, but there's also some that are over like here. And you can only move them so far over before they despawn, but it can probably give me the opportunity to put together some kind of flying machine, and then I'm going to have to use large Zonai charges in order to just get up here. So that is something to attempt tackling when I am a little bit better equipped, but we'll get up there eventually. So for right now, I'm kind of low on stamina, and I cannot consume stamina potions while in the air if my hands are occupied with the glider, which does mean that out of necessity, I end up having to let go. And it looks as though I'm actually out anyway, other than one that heals me. And because healing potions are so scarce, I'm gonna just go ahead and fall here. Minor spoiler for people who want to figure this out themselves, but there is a trick to figuring out where the tiers are on the geoglyphs, and it's that it's in one of the tiers, and that tier is solid. Because most of them in the designs like that one are empty. But you come right over to this one that's all filled in, and that'll actually be our first one. I'll be skipping through the cutscenes, though. It's one of those things where if someone has not experienced them for themselves, then I'm going to leave those details up to them. It's not an especially deep storyline, per se. There's the bones of good story there, which I really think is kind of the appeal of the story in a lot of the Legend of Zelda games, rather than the story itself objectively actually being good. There's always the sort of skeleton of what could be an amazing story there, and the fans just kind of fix it themselves in the way that pleases them best. But regardless, it's something where I'm going to leave that as much to other people to experience for themselves. So now that I'm here, I do kind of want to get back down in the area that I was, of all things. just because I need to get over to Dig Dug Bridge, or Dig Dog Bridge, pardon me. It just has some really important parts, especially some that we're low on at the moment. There's just a lot of very variegated and undulating terrain in this zone that makes traversal via a lot of different options kind of challenging. There's not a lot of good vehicles that really let you get through stuff like this too well. And unfortunately, a lot of it is balloons, which we're getting low on. Same with the rockets. They're tremendously helpful, but that means that I use a ton of them. Gotta change back into the pretty clothes. Goodness knows, one of the things that I like to do is just put together outfits that look nice. If you're gonna be staring at Link's back for the majority of the game, it might as well be a nice view. And the differences in armor rating, for the most part, are, like, not huge enough to make a major impact, at least at this point in the game. But then especially with as few hearts as I have at the moment. So even though the Hylian set, for instance, is technically better armor than this is, it's only by 1 point, and I've only got 5 hearts. Just the 4 that we started with, plus the 1 from the Wind Temple. So anything that's going to one-shot me is going to one-shot me. And anything that's not going to one-shot me, I can at least run the hell away from if I have to. And I don't think that, you know, it's like basically only red-level enemies are not going to instantly moidle me. Ooh. Endura carrots. All of the Endura food and Hardy food is like the most useful food to us in this particular run. If I wanted to summon the Lord of the Mountain, I could put an apple right here, and he'd highlight all of the caves in the area if I was here to go bubble frog hunting. But right now I'm just trying to get back over to the Zonite Device Dispenser. Because this run's Link is addicted to gotcha machines. recall in order to get us launched. And without balloons, you'll see just how short of a distance I'm able to actually get out of this wing. They don't go super far if you don't have it. In order to keep it actually flying instead of just kind of falling in the air, I have to stand a little bit forward, keep that balance tipped. And probably descend right here. Oh, dang. Of course, it's right next to a whiz robe. Let's ice him. And he's just got a low-level wand. Looked like it was a Zonai sword with a topaz on it. So without actually being over at Terrytown in order to unfuse it, those ones are not really worth bothering with. That's the only thing that the whiz robes drop is their wand. And I am all set at the moment. Man, I really gotta get back over to Terrytown or one of the locations with no. Go away. I gotta get over to one of the locations where I can get more control sticks. There's a stable over here. And then I'll be able to just head right over there to Dig Dug. I think I've got yeah, I've got a few of these. What's the shortest one? Yeah, 210. Actually, might as well get him. Can't fool me. I can see your health bar. Must be really embarrassing when you're a monster. Did I have that photographed? Yes, I did. Got that. Now, if I really wanted to, I could probably focus on getting a bunch of rupees and then using the Mystic set. Oops, I went down the wrong path. Just because the rupee padding would make it so that it would be much easier to absorb a few hits. But man, I like having my rupees, you know? It's hard to bring yourself to part with them if you don't have to. Fine. I'll just photograph that out some other day. I'm not bothering with that Korok right now. Still have lots of places that are important to get to. That's why I marked it down last time. Okay, I'll just get my horse and then we can mosey on over. Yeah. Oh. Ha. Actually, I think I have maybe some critters. Yeah. I'll hold on to these for a blood moon, actually. But I could stand put together one of these. And now hold on to those for upgrades. What have you got? Oh, he's got the hardy lizards again. Wow! Yeah, I'll take him. Have any more gems? I already sold in most of my gems. Sell him one of those. I think I do have some meat that I can cook up and sell, though. That is one of the better ways of generating money. Because I'm mostly going to want monster parts and... Whew! Yeah. I'm mostly going to want monster parts and bugs. Other critters. So even though I have to either eat food immediately after I get it or sell it within a reasonable span of time from making it, because I'm right here.
Hey! Sa!
Just cook those up and make all my money back.
Wow!
And then some.
Yay!
We actually made a tidy profit right there. Okay, so yeah, horse time. Time for horse. I am gonna need to get a better one at some point. Fine as is. But then also, I'm gonna take a nap, and I'm gonna use a meal ticket. Or not meal ticket, but inn ticket.
When the glow of the blood-stained moon
What?
shines.
Dang it. Okay. If I run. Oh, and the fire's out. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, well. Oh well. There'll be more. Around to the right. What's kind of funny is that if you use various means to move the bananas way out of the way, then it can end up resulting in being able to pick them up without the Yiga clan actually like showing up. It won't trigger the cutscene. There. Take that, dingus. Okay, this is good. Because I need more charges. Always need more charges. Wanted a wing. I honestly haven't had a single Yiga clan encounter yet in this playthrough. They'll start not too long after you get auto build in particular. Our first Captain Construct 2. Did I get a photo of these guys yet? No, I didn't. And what did we get? Nice. I was running a little bit low on those. Not super low. But, yeah, like, never used, I never bothered with using cooking pots through most of my previous playthroughs, but with the rules of this particular run, it has been really handy to have them.
Oh.
Mini stable.
Oh. Ah.
Sun shrooms, I think. Yes. I always like getting a sparkle on the photo. I'm actually gonna need to spend some time in the grass, just getting a whole bunch of grasshoppers. Splash fruit. Ding. Yeah, no grasshoppers here. That's okay. forget if this is one of the ones that has like a chest in it. A lot of them do. Like you have to ascend into it or something like that. Or in this case, it's just sitting right up here. Another portable pot. So yeah, this particular... Ooh! Okay, that wasn't good. Can I sleep here? Let me sleep. Fine. So I'll make some food.
Mm. Mm. Oh.
Alright, that was just cooking tips. Yeah, that'll be plenty. More wood, more flint. Honestly, never use flint. Other than for, like, there's like a handful of upgrades, I think. It's just when you have fire fruit, or you can carry around a fire weapon. Those are just more convenient ways of actually dealing with it. Okay, so this one should have stakes, springs, and batteries. I think it also has cooking pots, maybe, but I guess I'll find out. Might have rockets. This is part of why charges are so important. You can see we've gone through a lot of parts just in... Yes. Steaks. I love steaks. And batteries. Oh, and big wheels. But, we've gone through a lot of parts just with traveling. And springs in particular, I just get a lot of use out of in combination with rockets. But the batteries are going to come in handy also in terms of overall build efficiency. Because having the single battery really is a major constriction. I didn't want to just end up doing the usual route that, you know, basically any advanced engineer does, which is you build yourself a hover bike or a goblin glider, and that's kind of your course for the rest of the game. Once you have roughly like 3 batteries worth of power, that becomes pretty viable. Let's see, 10 batteries. I'll do 1 more batch of charges. I gotta save some for Terrytown in order to get more sticks. Because honestly, even though there are locations where you can get sticks more efficiently, Terrytown is the most accessible of them that we can get at the moment. Stop it, too. Okay. So now I want to head back to Central Hyrule, because we're going to go to Lookout Landing in order to kick things off with Robbie. because then we'll end up heading to Hateno in order to get the sensor. And then he'll give us some additional quests for unlocking some of the other features, like Sensor Plus. Oh, I think that was a bunch of wood, yes. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Just raid these before getting out of here. Nothing. Fine. Couple of arrows. Oh, chill shroom. But yeah, also I have a crap load of Korok seeds that I need to get rid of. And that'll also make life a lot easier in general. But I need to be able to hold more stuff. Go check this shrine out. Plus I'll be able to use the goddess statue there. Because I do have plenty of orbs that I gotta turn in. Yeah, I've got 8 of them at the moment. Soon to be 9. Grab it a chest. And surprisingly, it's one that doesn't suck. To stick that there. Oh, that ultimately worked. There. Oh. I figured. Okay, I don't think that one will break. There was a slight misalignment, which is kind of funny. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Okay, now I can get back to heading back into Central Hyrule. Which way do I want to go? Yeah, I want to go this way. This way, then take a left. Not too long from now, when doing the whole quest with Korok Forest. I don't want to do that just yet. I do want to get the Korok weapons. But at the same time, once I do that, then Hestu's going to be in the Korok Forest, which means that traveling to him without warping is just going to be a pain. You're going to have to do things the old school method of going through the woods every single time. It's just... ugh. I sure don't like it. Okay, I haven't gotten this well yet. Oh. Fine.
Yeah.
Good enough. Oh, yeah. This one's a Yiga clan guy.
Oh?
Well, that was something. I don't think there was anything else meaningful in here. But that's okay. course. There's a shrine I haven't done. I may as well take care of that one on my way. That's a kind of fun thing, is that the bees will be driven away if you approach them with some kind of fire. I actually need more of these little guys. Poor pony. So distressed. Ah! Well, he's not that far away. That's actually in the direction that we'll need to go. But I am going to wait until I take care of this. This is probably just another one of the training ones. But I guess we'll find out. Just a lot of those Central Hyrule ones. They want you to stick one together, but... That's easy. Now, this little gondola is actually a really useful part, and you can fuse it to stuff, and then have it unfused in Terrytown. is this little space here is like really nice for being able to stand in. So it makes kind of a nice chassis. And it's surprisingly lightweight. At least for its size and being made out of stone and everything. Okay, now I can go and transport this little guy. Yeah. It's gonna do it again just because I changed scenes. This is where the harness comes in handy. I do wish that they made it so that you could change the bridle and saddle while still having it. It's stuff like over here. Yeah, over here. My mistake. It's actually not the direction that we need to go, but that's okay. I'm already this far into it, and it's not that far. You can just turn right around. It's worth it for the 2 Korok seeds before stopping to see Hester. This won't take us too long. Yeah. There's gotta be something up here. There's always something on top of the tall things. The question is it any good? Oh, wow. One of the few tall things that doesn't. I was kind of expecting there to be a Korok up here. Oh. There's Colton. I think I can get over to him in time. Not going to go over to those ones because we don't want to draw aggro. It's just a red one. Because just dealing with that is going to end up taking more time than I want to. Trying to maintain some semblance of schedule. Yeah. See what he's got. Oh. Where'd he go? too early? Yeah, 4:45 a.m. I guess I missed him. Dang it. This board is missable. There's, I believe, some identical ones that you can get. But they're all part of Korok puzzles.
Ah. Oh. Ah. Ah. Oh.
Oh yeah. Reward available. So let's turn in a bunch of seeds. And I'm gonna kind of skip a bunch of these, because as fun as they are, they'll be here a while if I don't. Just got enough Korok seeds that it'll take too long. So we definitely need them. I have been struggling with having as small of a weapon stash as I've had. Always need the weapons. This is where the cost starts ramping up, though. So in the interest of efficiency, probably just get one more after this, and then see where the points take me. Yep, that's where it starts getting expensive. Worth it, though. I think that'll clear me out. Not bad. as many as I can get. That is a-okay. I don't think that I got this well. Should be able to get some more rupees. And boom. See what's in here. Oh, nice. Very nice. And then I can come over here. Get another stamina piece and a heart piece. I think now that I've got 2 full rings, I should be able to draw things for sword. Yeah, 2 wheels of stamina. So, we are Master Sword ready. Which is pretty fantastic. Which means now I can start working on some hearts. Not too many, because then I'll want to put them back into stamina again, but I definitely need the hearts. I have been using more fairies than I would like to use. Yeah, that'll be nice. 38. Not too bad for this point in the game. Yes, and this is where we can go through to the little demon statue. Don't think there's anything else that I need down here. The earliest that you can find it is if you go through the Hyrule Castle's secret tunnels.
Okay. Oh. Aha. Aww. Aha.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Woohoo!
The constraint here was finding auto build, but we already went and did that.
What?
Yep, already found it.
Huh.
Auto build, and then we need to do the little demo with the, yeah. with the schema stone.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
Ta-da!
Hey!
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
All taken care of.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. 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 Oh.
Other statues. Da 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 da.
Oh.
Boop, boop, boop. And
Oh. Ah. Oh.
Hateno Village.
Hmm? Oh. Hmm. Oh. Hmm? Ah.
Get that all taken care of. And yeah, it'll be time to head over this way. Yeah. Okay. I'll just get back over to Kakariko Village. And then probably call it good. Accomplished everything that we needed to here. Basically a straight line this way. Bridge is over here.
little guy.
That is right on our way. And so if memory serves me correctly, the Johnsav Shrine is like somewhere over in this wetland. It might be that one that you can see over in the distance. I'll go get it soon, but not just yet. Mostly, I'm just trying to still build my full toolkit. Because once I got my full toolkit, that's when I can just kind of noodle around. But up until that point, we're not playing with full deck. I would like to remedy that. Is that a rock in a tree? Yes. Ah. That means a Korok. Boo hit. Almost back to catch. Give me those tomatoes. Thank you, thank you. And some more. They really did make them super plentiful. It's frankly kind of amazing for how good they are. So many sticky frogs right here. And some more tomatoes. And another sticky frog. That ran away. Oh dear. Yeah. Let's do a little massage. New ring garland. Yeah. Now, that's how I like it. This is my default outfit. I do also like to have an 8-fold long blade and a Demon King bow. But I don't have those yet. What are you? Just a regular wooden bow. I don't see those ones very often, actually. It's kind of surprising. And get up here to the device dispenser. And where's the charges? I think when it's by type, yeah, it puts them all down at the bottom here. Do that. Should give us plenty of balloons, I think.
What?
Man, that only got us 8 balloons. That was like 6 added to what we had left, I think. Might have even done less. Bad luck of the draw there. So, yeah. Back in Kakariko at least, loaded up on a few things, finally got the Gerudo shield and a ring garland for that, because I just love the way that they look together. And next time, we'll continue making our way to Hateno Village for the first time. So thanks very much for dropping in, everybody who came in to have a look-see, and I will be tackling more of this tomorrow if things go to... Oh! Hey, Uzi! Nice to see ya. You know what, I guess we can go a little bit longer. I was just about to sign off, but I guess we'll continue a little bit longer. I do technically have the time. Oh, only just recently. No, it's totally fine. Like I said, I do have the time. But I had just wrapped up a few things, but there's another nice little chunk that that I can tackle, I guess. But yeah, Beaver, basically I had ended up getting all of the equipment that happened to be necessary for streaming, mostly because I wanted to record Splatoon 3 footage when I play just about nightly with the family. And because of that, I had essentially everything set up, ready to go. Like I was routing the audio through my capture card so that I could hear voice chat on my headset. at the same time as the game audio. Pardon me, at the same time as voice chat, rather. And so literally the only thing that was keeping me from streaming was just hitting the start stream button. And I had recently had the idea of doing this little challenge run in Tears of the Kingdom because I am part of the Hyrule Engineering community. Just folks that have worked hard in order to figure out all the really cool things that you can do in this game. Yeah, I really didn't let on to folks because I don't really plan on taking this too seriously. It's more of just, you know, I was doing this little challenge and it was something that I thought some folks might enjoy watching, and if they happened to pop in and they had a good time, then, you know, that was good enough. But yeah, the rules of the challenge were structured in such a way that it would kind of compensate for a lot of the really easily cheesed things that you can do in here if you know the game mechanics pretty intimately. Don't care, we're getting you to affiliate, need Calyx emotes. Yeah, I mean, I don't object. You know, I'll take it as far as it gets naturally. I'm not going to push too hard on anything, but, you know, if things go well, then they go well. You know, I won't be unhappy with that. But yeah, there were just so many things that you could easily cheese in this game. Like, one of the big things is that it's really easy to get through combat when there's a built-in mechanic that makes it so that most enemies can't one-shot you if you're at full health. It makes it so that if you get hit by a standard enemy and their attack level is really high, then it'll just take you down to like half a heart, roughly. It's either that or a quarter. And then you can just pop open your menu and eat a meal somehow in the middle of combat, or, you know, like 50 apples or something. And before you hit the ground even. And you'll be back fighting fit until you take another hit. And does that really seem very realistic or like much of a challenge? I mean, not especially. Likewise, a lot of the travel is trivialized by either making use of fast travel, or a lot of it can be kind of abused by making a whole bunch of meals that give you stamina boosts, and then just gliding from one of the towers to the next one, and then to the next one, and then to the next one. And I don't know, that's just not as fun or engaging as doing it the hard way. And so I just needed to come up with a consistent rule set of what can I do that will allow me to put good constraints on it that aren't going to interfere with playing the game in a method that was intended also. Because, like, some people have done things like gliderless run challenges, and really the glider is just too integral a part of this game's mechanics in order for that to be truly viable. Like, people have managed to pull it off, but it is bonkers difficult in, like, a not fun way. So a lot of this was fixed, really, by just making it so that I can't eat food while I'm in the middle of combat. Anything that I cook has to be eaten immediately or else sold, just sort of like you would with an actual real cooked meal. Like, you're not going to be running around the forest with a backpack full of, you know, soup in a bowls. You know, it just doesn't make sense. But that also meant that I would be relying more heavily on potions, which are not a thing that I had really used very much. for a long time. They weren't very useful compared to meals, which also gave you hearts. So it really fixed a lot of the things that were quote-unquote wrong with the dynamics. And in order to keep from cheesing a lot of things like that rely on stuff like your stamina, I made it so that not only am I needing to use stamina potions, which I'm actually now out of and need to make more of, you also can't use them while in the middle of gliding. Link's hands have to be free, which means that you have to disable the glider temporarily in order to actually use one of the potions. So you do gain, or rather, you experience a drop in altitude as a result. I actually need to load up on fairies. I'm down to only one at the moment. But that whole system of no fast travel, no meals in combat. Hey, welcome back, Sunshine. And I'm also not upgrading my battery at all, which keeps me from abusing things like the so-called Goblin Glider or Hoverbike builds that people make with just 2 fans and a control stick. Because it's just, once you get 3 batteries worth, essentially, it's too easy to just go flying around. And then it's just really easy to get absolutely everywhere, including in the depths. And all through the sky and stuff like that. So, because of that, I'm also going to be relying more on Zonai batteries for a lot of my more power-hungry builds, or when I need to go longer distances. So all told, I'd say it's definitely made for a much more engaging exploration experience, even with knowing exactly where everything is and an intimate knowledge of things like the masses of different objects for building with, or cheap, little part-efficient builds using capsule devices that allow me to do things like get a real huge boost in altitude or stuff like that. Ah, there we go. Can get out of here now. Just gonna mark this spot with a heart. But it's definitely given me a fresh experience with the game. I gotta get back in the pretty clothes. I really like the way that a lot of NPCs will remark on if you're wearing one of the flower wreaths. You can see they do have one right there. It's just a nice little detail. But yeah, right now I have used up a lot of parts. I'm down to only like 4 control sticks, 8 balloons, 10 wings. Been getting a lot of use out of horses because of the way that they'll actually stay on a particular path. Yeah, that's right, I wanted to... Okay, I did mark that tower. They like the flower garland. Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs that will make remarks about it. It's definitely very cute that they put that in there. See if we can help our buddy Addison out here. Never mind the fact that it's very possible that he may be a Yiga clan member and is just not bright enough to recognize Link. Because, like, the only people that have depths items like he gives you are Yiga clan members. But he'll give you stuff like puff shrooms and muddle buds. Just a little bit suspicious. I think that'll do. A tiny amount of shifting is generally considered okay. Yeah. Got it in one. So, because of the rule set, the rice balls that he gives us, I usually just have to eat them right away. If I'm basically within viewing distance or, you know, otherwise very, very, very close, you know, like there's just something obstructing my view, but otherwise it's a pretty straight shot to a place where I can sell, then I can hoof it on over to that location and sell them. But if there isn't an immediately readily identifiable location where I can go sell it, and it's, you know, not within a distance of where it would still be considered as good, then I have to just eat it, because it'll go, quote-unquote, go bad otherwise. Get flashbanged. Oh yeah, this one's got wooden greaves on. Give him a little bit of hot foot. What have I got here for decent damage output? You know, I'm not sure that I want to bother with using that. It's too good. Ping. Put a spin to land. Get him in the eye again. Actually, something I might be able to do is, this is a fun little piece of gear that I made in the last stream. It is a bomb barrel fused to a cart, and there are 3 different levels of bomb barrels in the game of different potency. There's no way to visually tell them apart, but there are different ones at different locations, and this is one of the level 3 ones that does the most damage. And it's set so that the cart is raised just a little bit above the bottom of the bomb. And that makes it, oops, so that when I auto-build normally, if it doesn't do that, then I am able to drop it without being injured. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to eat up some of these things. Now, go ahead and use a cooking pot, I guess. I've got plenty of those now. I'd kind of loaded up on them not long ago. Probably go for more tomatoes, because I've just got so many of them, and they work so good. Eat that right away. But yeah, if I do this correctly, at some angles it can still get you, but you can see the cart ends up shielding me from the blast under most circumstances. So for a little 6-zonite powerful explosive, it does real nice. Right now, I'm trying to get over to Hateno Village. I have beaten the Wind Temple. Just gonna try to kind of sneak in here. I think I can get away with using this. Yeah. This is strong enough to deal with these little guys. Come on. How is that not a headshot? Whoa. Alright. Well, that was a little bit sloppier than I would have liked, but it was good enough. So, no complaints. All these sturdy sticks will turn into some good gear. Oh, nice. This one's even got durability up. Some shield, don't need that. Traveler's spear. Soldier's broadsword. I think I'm all set with those. Hold out for something nice. Actually, you know what? I can get rid of this Traveler's sword for the Soldier's broadsword. Yeah, that looks good. So, rather than trying to ride the horse through here, it's just easier for me to beat all the guys and then just whistle. And just let the game plot a path. Like, the AI on the horse isn't, like, super amazing, but it nevertheless finds its way over here. Yeah, there we go. Not going to use up any durability on these. You can't call to your horse through that gate, it never works. Oh, no, it just did. I learned to just run in through the gate with my horse and deal with the damage after. Yeah. That is certainly one strategy. I think there's a Korok or two up here. I'll just give it a look before moving onwards. Okay, nothing there. I know that there's... Yeah, there we go. There's that one. And then I think there's one over in the corner. It died way too many times. What, you were the horse? But I don't really especially care about the Traveler's Spear. I thought that there was one over here, but I guess I'm remembering wrong. You know what, it might have been in Breath of the Wild. I think there was like a rock over in that corner or something. Whoa. As the electric chew just kills all the fish. A lot of stuff over here to grab. Oh, it was you. Yeah, it is a lot of enemies there. So for right now, at least, while I don't have other builds that are higher priority, I've got just a bundle of apples to help make picking easier. And it just rips them all down off the tree for me. Okay, where'd my horse go? Sure, it's like right there, and I just can't... Yeah. Come on, buddy. He is having a time navigating these trees. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I should probably fuse something to this at least. What have I got for horns? It's 5 versus, yeah, something like that. 13. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use one of these guys just because I have so many of them. I'll worry about the other fusions later. Not dealing with him just yet. I just want to get the Hateno. I will stop for Addison, though. He's a little bit harder to keep track of. like I can use the little person pin, but they're so fast to take care of compared to a lot of the Korok transport rigs that I like to just knock them out. Think. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah. Think that'll work? Actually, no, I need something to support on the other side. Because if it was one of the ones that actually has lateral supports on it, then it wouldn't be as much of an issue. But as this one has like just a single point, then it could fall off the other side. So with that on there, it ought to be better. It is tilted back in that direction. Yeah. So you know what? It would have pinched, but I couldn't be sure. And when you mess up, then he moves the whole thing out of the way. So it was faster just throw on the additional piece.
Whoa!
Can't ever argue with bomb flowers. And I actually did have a little bit of damage, so it wasn't a total waste that time. That's good. We're pretty close to Hateno. I do like to hold off on wearing the Hylian set until I have the opportunity to dye it, because I am not a big fan of the color scheme of the standard version. It's just not very pretty. And then after I get to Hateno, I'll probably try and get the regional tower. Just because they come in handy. Being able to actually see where you are on the map. Okay, this is one of these ones. Throw this under here. There. And then take one of these guys and thread it down through. And golden. Come on. There's a lot of ways that you can cheese these puzzles, but I find them more entertaining trying to work with the locally available parts like they intended. For those who aren't already familiar with me, I am a professional edged and agricultural hand tool designer in my professional life. And one of my favorite things of doing design work is working within constraints. It's one of those things where when you understand the fundamentals of good design, it's fairly easy to let the context of the application reveal what the ideal construction is, but then you have to kind of walk it back from there, because whatever the ideal is usually going to be either very expensive or requires materials or methods that are just very difficult to work with, etc., etc. Likewise, if the ideal isn't affordable enough to whoever the end user is, it kind of doesn't matter if you're able to design something that works well, because then nobody gets to use it. So, working within the constraints to take the ideal and then be like, okay, how do we walk it back from there, is just something that I've always enjoyed as part of the process. So when it comes to dealing with stuff in-game, it's sort of the same way for me. I just really like going, okay, what did they give me as the tools, and how can I use those in order to come up with an effective solution. So to start off, because of the way that I really like to wear the frostbite set, there are some circumstances, like I normally wear it with the Rito headdress, because I just really like the look of it. But then there are some circumstances where I do end up needing to have 2 levels of cold resistance, and under those circumstances, then, you know, I put the pants on. And so just dyeing these in order to better match is nice. But now that I got those taken care of, because you can see, as opposed to those, it still matches pretty alright. But, with the Hylian tunic, I really like having that in blue. And then I like having the hood in red. The irony being that I'd hit on this color scheme that I enjoyed back in Breath of the Wild, and I thought that it was kind of a shame that you couldn't get, like, the leather armor pieces on the champion's tunic. And sure enough, the champion's tunic in this game is basically the one from the old game, but with the armor bits on it. So I suspect somebody else had a similar idea. I'll just get this into red. There it is. I do think that the whole outfit looks really nice in this setup. Actually step out into the sunlight. Let's see what I can do about this. I forget what my preferred arrangement for colors were on this one. I think white works well, but I use that on the Yiga set, which I don't have yet. I maybe had gone with something like the gray. I might just leave it, because I do kind of like the neutral color of the normal blues. You know what? I'll do purple. Purple for stealth. That good old classic color coding in media. Now just to figure out what color I want this. And then I think I'll be done for now, at least. I don't think that I had anything in particular that I really wanted to do for a... that's reasonable. For any of, like, the particular glider fabric or anything, but I'll at least start that off. Kind of like this one. And yeah, Sunshine, I remember when you did go with pink on that one. It's a nice look, just not quite for me. I don't dislike pink, it's just it's not one of my favorites. And I can sell this, because it has been a reasonable distance. I was just down the hill, so it's not like rice balls would have gone bad in this span of time. Yeah, it looks nice. But usually I'm going to be running around in this. Oh yeah. Let's at least just get... Oops. No. Paraglider. The Sheikah one looks nice. Poof. I usually like using the Zonai one, but you can't get that until you get the Zora armor. There's a bunch of things that I can do here, but I'm not really going to bother with them just yet at this point in the game. I am going to go and get the headband or hairband that you can get at Link's house. But mostly I'm here to get the sensor unlocked. Part of that is going to involve getting the shrine that's underneath Hateno here. In this playthrough, shrines mostly are just for the upgrades rather than as fast travel points like they normally would be. So I'm Not going to be using them for warping ever. Does make navigating in the Sky Islands a little bit challenging at times. Fortunately, there's a trick that you can use. There are a lot of those floating blocks in the Sky Islands, and while they will despawn if you go too far laterally, you can go as high up or down as you want with them, and it's not going to cause an issue. So you can go all the way up to the world ceiling with one of those blocks. So you can gain a lot of altitude that way. Nice little orchard here. Steal all of those. Get those eggs. So, if I remember right, yeah, it's right over here. Saving this guy for when I end up dealing with any taluses. I just need something blunt that I can use on this fellow. A Horrible and Horn will do. Makes it a hammer. And get the bubble frog. I love the way that the little bloopy that runs away looks when it freezes in the air like that. They're such cute little guys. Oh, nice couple of opals. Pop in here real quick. Oh, this one's just a blessing. Even better. Ooh. Oop. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on that particular one, because the way that they work is they basically went from magic rods just being like their own thing to having those scepter types that you fuse with gems, and the different styles correspond with single-handed, two-handed, and spear class weapons. So they have different movements to them, and so I can't remember. Okay, this one's a two-hander, which means probably I'm gonna want to go with either a topaz or a ruby. Right back up to the cave mouth. That should, yeah. That gets me up here nice and fast. given that I did just drop that particular one, I think I will go with a ruby. I lost my fire weapon. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Boop, 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 doo. For now, I'll just leave with that.
Hi.
And now I'll be able to activate the sensor. Because normally he tells you to go find that shrine. And I went and already did it on the way up.
Hey.
And Heroes Path Mode and Sensor Plus. Sensor Plus is the most important one. Oh, I already did that. Marvelous. That's why as soon as I got the camera, I was snapping photos of everything. Basically, as soon as I unlocked Sensor Plus, now I'll actually be able to track down certain parts, or critters. It was especially handy given that my reliance on potions is going to mean that I need more bugs, and bugs are so easy to spook. They'll just end up running away at the slightest noise. So at least knowing that they're in a certain direction will give me the heads up of when to be careful. Yeah, I've done 15 shrines. The last one, though, I'll have to go to the Akala Ancient Tech Lab, and that I have not done just yet. Specifically because there'd be no point in going there until I had unlocked the quest for it. So he'll at least mark the pad for me, and that'll make navigating there easier. I do have the map for the area unlocked already. And there's also a piece of the Yiga set in there. That's a little bit of a fight. I think you have to deal with 2 regular Yiga and one of the big ones, the Blade Masters. I never have very many bugs except that one time in Breath of the Wild when I cut grass for an hour in real time. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, got that all taken care of. Now, it's getting up here. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of springs left, or rocket. Or actually, no, I did get springs. I got springs. I need rockets, but I can auto-build those, so that's okay. I'll probably need to end up putting the, yeah, pants time. Maybe called the Frostbite set, but I don't want to actually give Link Frostbite. Yeah, there's a real handy little device that I wish I had come up with it, but I didn't. Somebody else did. That you make using a rocket and a spring, and that's it. And you can gain so much altitude. LOL, why not? Cool guys deserve to be cool, right? Yes, but not frozen. So, oops. You know what? A spear is maybe not the best weapon for this, but... You can see, that got me way up high. So anytime that you're dealing with really big altitude shifts, like scaling mountains and whatnot, a little frostbite won't hurt, yes, but I only have 6 hearts, and the damage that you start racking up happens fast. As long as I'm not in combat, I can just chow down on regular ingredients or whatever, but I don't know, I don't want to. And we'll just put together another one of these little babies. See, the tricky thing with these is just the fact that you can't auto-build the spring, because the rocket despawns first, and auto-built items have to be connected to another object in order for them to stay around. And so then when the rocket disappears, then there's nothing connected to the spring anymore, and then that's what causes a problem. Like, you could auto-build it together and then slap, like, an apple on the side of it or something, but... eh. I still only have 4 Lamau and need to do more shrines. I do have half a second Wheel of Stamina, though. Good, good. That'll come in handy. This is just indicating there is a borrower statue in the depths, directly under each of these. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and just demonstrate with this. I'll just throw an apple on the side of it, and that will keep the spring from despawning. Because otherwise, when the rocket detaches, the spring ceases to exist. Whee! But yeah, absolutely essential for doing a lot of the navigation in this, because of the way that without any fast travel, you're just stuck climbing mountains anytime that you need to get to the top of them. You can't just warp up to the tower here like you normally would. I do forget if there's a particularly good location up here. I think there is a Sky Archipelago. Yeah. In fact, the one that has the best odds for steering sticks, I think, is up here on Valor Island. It's a little bit of a ways to get there, but I can probably do that. Because I can't really get... I can kind of get over there. Are there... I need to check something real fast just before I go and fling myself down. Okay, good, good. I can go to the island over here because there is a floating block, at least supposedly. And if there isn't, oh well. I can just jump back down to the tower if I have to, but... Oh, you know what this one is? This one's the shrine, I think, that you have to snowboard down from. So, at least supposedly, off on one side, there's... It might be down below. Because, unfortunately, the big object map that the data miners were able to put together doesn't show that. Air platform. Position is minus 1078.43. Yeah, so it's down below, off on... Of course, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's over further to the left, I guess. Or, no, to the north of us. To the north of us is where it's at. So, that is this away. And I think it's that little structure right there. I think we can get to that. I think. Gonna have to put together a little rig, though. Because I can always come back here later and take care of that shrine. And right now I want to get up to there. Because if this works... then all will be well. So for those who aren't already aware, the way that the wings function, if anyone has played this and been frustrated with how brief the wings last, that is because they generate lift, and the degree of lift that they have left in them is essentially what determines their durability. So as they generate more lift, that value ticks down, like it expends durability in order to generate lift. And so as long as you have enough lift being generated by something else, then you can get away with not having the wing despawn on you. And because instead of a 30-second timer, roughly, the balloons have about a 2-minute one, it makes it so you can get a lot more flight out of them. And it takes the lift generated by one balloon and one 45-degree angled fan in order to overcome the lift required in order to make it so the wing is no longer counting down. It'll look a little bit goofy, but I like to stack batteries vertically whenever possible, because they expend themselves in the sequence that they were put on, or rather the reverse sequence. And it just makes it a lot easier to keep everything where I want it. The biggest issue that I'm going to be dealing with is altitude. Oh, jeez. That was unbalanced enough that it almost caused an issue. But should be able to get myself facing in the proper direction. That should be just about enough juice in order to get us there. If it isn't, then I'm going to need to munch a few charges. Alright, I'll at least be able to gain enough altitude that I can climb the rest of the way. And I have plenty of stamina. Yeah. So, in order to get up here, they fortunately have this little vehicle already built for us. Very nice of them. That might not be too terrible of an idea to save that. As I destroy it. I think I have enough slots still that I can do that. Because one of the bigger challenges is just dealing with the additional just weight that the batteries end up adding. So the nice thing with these little Zonai grid pieces, they only weigh 400 mass, which is the same as a cart, or I think sleds actually are like 500. But in any case, carts are 400 mass in the game. And as you add fans, it ends up also adding to the overall weight, and so you need more batteries for more fans, you need more fans for more batteries. So having a device that's already pretty well configured, just saved in auto build, is handy. This one does not really descend well, though, so I will eventually replace it with something a little bit better. But now that dang it. I didn't sell that, so I gotta eat it. Now that I'm here, this is supposed to be one of the best spots for control sticks. Yeah. Plus beam emitters. And hydrants, which I don't care as much about. But lots of springs. Oh, yeah. So you can see we were down to, like, 3 sticks. And I just got 11 out of that. And those are the things that I always burn through. The kind of interesting thing with the way that the control sticks work is that they exert torque on the device that they're attached to, and it is located around wherever the stick is. So stick positioning does matter. People have actually managed to demonstrate that by putting multiple sticks on the same build and then showing the difference in their handling characteristics. So this is another one of the diving challenges. Normally, if I was actually using fast travel, here would be a great place to lay down a Traveler's Medallion, because this is a really high structure. This will be the training round. Yeah, this is the one where it goes in between a lot of stuff, and it's hard to see because there's so many clouds. Whoa, yeah. I think I turned myself into street pizza the first time that I did this one. Just straight up face planted right into the ground. So I went through a cloud. And there was a solid surface on the other side of that cloud. Pretty sure this one's just a Raru's Blessing. Yeah. What do we got? What do we got? Nice. Never have enough diamonds. As technically I could have had the Great Eagle Bow made for me, but I didn't have a diamond at the time. Now, I can't remember if it's the pants or the mask for this one with the gliding set. Just take care of this and then call it good for today. Put in about an extra hour and a quarter. That's pretty decent. Okay, it's the mask. Nice. I think I can do better than 25 seconds. I'm just gonna need to put the mask on. Nice. Mission accomplished. Caw. And just change back into my pretty clothes. Well, nice. I think there's probably a little bit more exploring to do up here in the sky. Because I can probably get over to here. But for right now, that'll do. So thanks everybody for dropping in. I really appreciate it. It was nice to see all of you, and I will do a bit more of this tomorrow. Thanks again, and have a good one.